Imagine standing in the very place where Jesus taught, healed the sick, and performed miracles. Welcome to Capernaum, an ancient town by the Sea of Galilee, where the past comes to life and the stories of the Bible take on a powerful, real-world significance. Join us as we explore the incredible archaeological discovery of the synagogue, where Jesus likely stood and changed lives forever. Capernaum, located on the northern shore of the Sea of Galilee, was a place where Jesus spent a lot of time. The Gospel of Mark, for example, tells us that Jesus went to Capernaum and began teaching in the synagogue there. In Mark 1:21, it says, "They went to Capernaum, and when the Sabbath came, Jesus went into the synagogue and began to teach." This is just one of many references to Jesus teaching in synagogues throughout his ministry. For many years, people wondered if the synagogue mentioned in the Bible still existed. But in the 19th century, archaeologists made an incredible discovery. They found the remains of a synagogue in Capernaum, and after further excavation, they identified it as the place where Jesus likely taught. The synagogue at Capernaum is built from large white limestone blocks, and it is one of the most important archaeological sites in Israel. It's believed to have been constructed in the 4th or 5th century AD, but what makes it especially significant is the fact that it was built directly over an earlier synagogue from the time of Jesus. Archaeologists found that the foundation of the later synagogue was built on top of an earlier structure. The earlier synagogue, which dates back to the time of Jesus, is believed to be the very place where he taught, healed, and performed miracles. In the Gospels, we learn that Jesus performed miracles in Capernaum. In Matthew 4:24, it says, "News about him spread all over Syria, and people brought to him all who were ill with various diseases, those suffering severe pain, the demon-possessed, those having seizures, and the paralyzed, and he healed them." These miracles took place in the same area where the ancient synagogue stands today. The town of Capernaum itself was an important center for Jesus' ministry. It was also the home of some of his disciples, including Peter. The Gospels tell us that Jesus stayed at Peter's house in Capernaum, which was near the synagogue. Today, a church has been built over the site of Peter's house, and nearby, the ruins of the synagogue are a popular destination for visitors. The combination of these two sites, Peter's house and the synagogue, gives us a sense of what life was like in Capernaum during Jesus' time. When you visit the synagogue at Capernaum today, you can see the remains of the structure where Jesus likely taught and performed miracles. The white limestone blocks that make up the synagogue are a reminder of the ancient past and the powerful moments that took place there. One of the most famous stories from Capernaum takes place in Matthew 8:5-13, when a Roman centurion came to Jesus asking for help. The centurion had a servant who was paralyzed, and Jesus offered to go to his home to heal him. But the centurion said, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed." Jesus was amazed at the centurion's faith and healed the servant from a distance. This story and others show us how Capernaum was a place where people encountered Jesus and experienced his power. The synagogue in Capernaum where Jesus taught is not just a place in the Bible, it is a real historical site that we can visit today. The discovery of the synagogue at Capernaum helps us connect the stories in the Bible with the real world. Archaeology continues to confirm the places and events described in the Scriptures, showing us that the Bible is not just a book of stories, but a record of real history. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video interesting, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let us know your thoughts on the synagogue at Capernaum and how it connects to the life and ministry of Jesus. Remember, the places in the Bible are real, and archaeology continues to uncover more about the truth of God's Word. See you next time.